Homeowners in the Weddington Point neighborhood had questions when their due shot up $500 per year over just a couple of years. But when they started fighting for financial transparency and trying to get access to bank records, they hit a brick wall. Liz Skripek and Natalie Brides had very different reasons for buying a brand new home in Weddington Point in 2021.
We had a baby coming and we needed a bigger house.
I retired from New York and moved down here. My brother lives in the neighborhood behind us here.
One common interest has brought them closer together.
You made at least one friend.
More than they could have imagined or hoped for.
We want to know where our money's going.
Both have major questions about their HOA's proposed budget for the next year, especially since it's $60,000 more expensive than last year, while a pool that was first planned to open several years ago only recently started construction.
I mean, we had a 40% plus increase in our HOA dues, and the line items are the same.
Public records WBTV received from Union County show years of rejected plans and waiting for approvals from the state of North Carolina. While still under development, the Weddington Point HOA is still controlled by the developer, Century Communities. Century employees hired Cusick Community Management to manage the HOA.
Since it was still under the developer's control, we weren't able to ask questions, really. It was just, this is the budget, and that's it.
Am I standing in what would be your parking spot right now?
In June, WBTV reported on another Cusick managed community, this one controlled by homeowners, asking similar questions about why this huge hole hadn't been fixed in years.
They are withholding the information.
Does that make you have more questions about what's going on here?
It was just a little disheartening.
WBTV sent a long list of questions to Cusick. An attorney representing the company responded, writing, "The developer previously answered questions about unfinished work in December, and Cusick has no control over the construction timeline." Regarding financial records, the attorney wrote, "Weddington Point's financial documents are posted on the community's website, and any member of the community can review them at their leisure. But the records on the HOA webpage are budgets and statements, not invoices and billing and bank records Brides and Lizprek are interested in." So they created a committee and on March 1st filed this form provided by Cusick Community Management requesting bank records, accounts, and invoices.
And do you have those financials yet?
No.
Residents at Mill Creek were also recently denied their request to review more financial documents not provided on the HOA website.
We're getting left and right emails about what we're doing wrong, but then when we ask questions, it's like crickets.
State law mandates that HOAs provide budgets to members, but it does not prohibit the HOA from disclosing more records and even outlines different ways homeowners could obtain access to those records. Weddington Point homeowners like Lizprek and Brides are worried about these costs and want to see invoices and bills to feel better about the process, especially when their proposed landscape contract for next year is $162,000.
And they're not really able to tell us what that included.
Are we taking on a debt that they put together and blaming the community for?
With the information homeowners did have about the contract, such as mowing, edging, fertilizer, and this map of the landscaped area, I asked another landscaping company to drive the neighborhood and provide an estimate without knowing what Weddington Point residents were paying. The price for the whole year was just $66,000. The attorney for Cusick wrote, "The association received 3 quotes from 3 reputable companies, all of which were comparable, and the board chose the landscaping company that best met the community's needs." He also pointed out the landscaper's quote was missing a lot of information about the contract, which is exactly what residents are frustrated about.
And that's why we feel that the monies is not being allocated properly.
It's just not transparent enough for us.
I reached out to both Cusick and Century for a response to our report. When we asked Century if they would turn over financial records residents are requesting, they wrote that Cusick told them all relevant financials are on the website. The attorney for Cusick wrote, "Cusick does not dictate what documents residents are provided, as this is governed by state law. An HOA's board decides what to provide for a document request." Repeatedly throughout their response, the attorney for Cusick threatened litigation against both myself and WBTV. And now comes my own disclosure. The HOA in which I live just recently announced that they are transitioning the management company to Cusick Community Management. While I only found out about this change on June 3rd, I've been reporting on HOAs since November 2021. The first email I received from a viewer about Cusick was in January 2023, and the townhome owners at Mill Creek contacted WBTV in February. I'd already done this interview by the time I found out Cusick was going to manage my HOA. Reporting in the newsroom, David Hodges, WBTV, on your side.